Everybody, thanks so much for being here today. I am Brett Tabor. I serve as the Vice President of Social Impact for the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm honored to be up here with all of you today to help introduce our 2022 Walter Payton Man of the Year Award nominee for the Minnesota Vikings. You're in a locker room here with a special place with a number of great men who care deeply about giving back to the community. There are a lot of players that could be up here with me today, but certainly none have given back to this community more than Adam Thielen. You know his story. You've told it well. He's a native Minnesotan. You've shared that journey that he's had throughout the NFL. But certainly something that I have always been inspired about Adam is how much his heart is in giving back to the community, how much he and Caitlin care genuinely about making a difference in the lives of the people here in Minnesota. And that's what we're here to celebrate today. Since 2018, the Thielen Foundation has provided over $2.5 million to help empower youth in our community. Whether you see Adam and Caitlin out at a high school on Friday nights with the lights they donated to those kids to have that experience, whether it be the weight rooms that he's helped construct so that kids and athletes have the advantage to empower themselves to be better, whether it be at the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital, where they're helping to uplift mental health awareness, whether it be the families at the Salvation Army during the holidays that they're helping create a special memory for. Adam and Caitlin have always been there. He is an exemplary father, son, husband, teammate, and a friend. And it's my great honor to help introduce the 2022 Walter Payton Man of the Year Award nominee for the Minnesota Vikings, number 19, Minnesota's own Adam Thielen.
Appreciate it. Yeah, first of all, just obviously an unbelievable honor to be here to represent this team with this award. When I think about it, when Coach kind of told the team, who was the winner, he said that there was multiple guys that had, maybe one less vote or three less votes, and this is coming from votes from teammates, which is really special. So it just shows what this locker room is all about. It's not me as an individual. It's not someone else as an individual that's giving back to this community. It's really a collective effort of a lot of guys through this locker room that really have done the work to deserve an award like this. That makes it even that much more special to represent a group of guys, a group of men that is, that obviously puts a lot into this game and being the best at football and trying to win games and doing all that, but also means a lot to be in the community, not just giving to the community, but also being in the community, really trying to make a difference. So with that, I'll open up to some questions.
Where did this whole journey begin of wanting to give back and wanting to empower the youth and mental health and all of that stuff?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, because it brings up something I might have already missed was, just the great leaders that have been before me. You look at a guy like Kyle Rudolph, Chad Greenway, and the list goes on. There's so many more guys that really kind of paved the way to say, this is how it's done. I can play great on Sundays, but also, give back in a major way and really impact children's lives. I remember going to their events as a young player and hearing some of the people they've impacted get up and talk. And it was kind of those moments where you're like, man, hopefully I get in a platform and resources to be able to do similar things and to be able to give back. And then, with my wife, she's very passionate about, hey, we've been blessed with a lot. And we feel like when you're blessed with a lot, God put us there for a reason to give back in a big way. And so that's what we're trying to do, and thankful for her, because at the end of the day, during the season, she's doing a lot of the work to receive an award like this. She's doing a lot of that work. So it's really not it's not an individual award. This is an award for this locker room and also for our foundation and family.
The shirt says undrafted. Does that put an exclamation point on it too, Adam, in terms of you didn't just make it here, but you made something of your career beyond football?
Yeah, well, maybe just the fact that I'm probably not supposed to be here. So again, we feel like we've been blessed to have this platform, and a platform that we probably weren't supposed to have. So we feel again that when we've been blessed that way, that we need to bring that back and give back in a major way. Again, because we're so thankful for where we're at.
How much were you thinking about this stuff when you're on the practice squad? Did you
Not quite.
Did the foundation start all the way back then?
The foundation did not start, but we've been thinking about it for a long time. My wife and I, again, since we've seen those leaders in front of us, kind of what they were doing as a family and with their foundations, the impact they were making. It's been a long process to be able to get the foundation started, but the foundation's been going for about 4 years, and looking forward to moving forward every year.
And you guys have kind of continued to take this thing to different places, whether it's Brooklyn Center or doing things in Minneapolis, some of the Change Through Sports stuff you guys are doing, some in Charlotte. What's the process like for you guys of figuring out what the next thing is if something comes through, figuring out what you want to do, if it's coming from just kind of thinking through strategically where you want to be?
Yeah, so when we started the foundation, my wife and I, we didn't really necessarily have a connection to one certain thing. We knew that we were very passionate about youth, and we feel like at the youth, at that age, that they're very impactful. Things can be very impactful on that age, and so we knew we wanted to go with youth. When we started the foundation, we made the mission statement broad, helping youth in general reach their full potential, and then just kind of let the foundation, kind of God take it from there and direct us in different areas, which now kind of looking back at it, it's unbelievable where it's gone and then how that's impacted some of these kids. So, I think moving forward, we continue to build on things that we've seen make a bigger impact, and then just try to continue to grow and grow. I mean, we've been very blessed to have some great events, great fundraising events, to be able to make good donations to a lot of different organizations. And when we started the foundation, that was the goal, to not just to impact one area, but to really be able to impact areas that need it and want it and are doing the things to deserve help and resources. And it's really cool to see this community. There's a lot of good people that are doing great things within this community that just need a little bit of help, a little bit of momentum to do greater things. So continue to do that.
One of the things I've noticed, whether it be with the Salvation Army or like high schools you guys have been involved with, it seems like you and Caitlin, for the most part, stay in pretty good contact with some of those families. Like when you come back to the holidays for the Salvation Army, just why is that important to you? But then also, how rewarding is it to see those people kind of make progress and be blessed? Yeah,
for sure. I think for us, we want to see what that impact is. So we always try to follow up and see how things are going. And then on top of that, we feel like it kind of holds us accountable when we see that there is a big impact within some of those things that we've done. It makes you just want to do it more and to build on that and to bring it to more schools and more mental health patients. So just trying to build on the things that are making an impact. It really just kind of pushes us and drives us to do more. I think sometimes when you just do something and then you forget about it, you don't really realize the impact it's making. So I think that's been, we have great people that'll help us with our foundation, with Luke and Amy, and they do a great job of getting that feedback for us so we can, again, figure out how we want to move forward and where those best areas are to make impact.
Adam, do you have a story from maybe your childhood or growing up about some NFL player or some pro athlete coming back and giving back and what that inspired you to do, at that time?
Yeah, not necessarily, an NFL or professional athlete, but just people in the community. I remember growing up and just seeing people that were very generous with what they had, and then how that impacted me. I was very blessed to have just a lot of people throughout my life that have really impacted me, and it was just because they showed they cared. That they wanted to help me with this or that, maybe something I didn't have or something that they felt could really help me in the future. So, all those kind of experiences that you have through your life kind of help shape who you are and help you kind of determine what you're going to do with your life. So, again, a lot of great leaders in this locker room over my 10 years that have really paved the way and showed me, what it means to be a true man of character, and not only to be a good athlete, but to be a good person off the field.
How great was it to be able to help, Adam? How great was it to be able to help your high school?
Yeah, no, really cool, and we're excited to do more there, just because Detroit Lakes means a lot to me. Obviously, it was a huge part of, again, like I can look back to so many people that have impacted me from that city, from those schools, teachers, coaches, people, leaders of the community. And so to be able to go back there and to give back to that community obviously means a lot to me and has a special place in my heart. So we'll continue to do that.
And with your workout facilities and you're working with, Lakeville North, different teams, are you ever surprised at the need there is, not just, where we think, but in the suburbs and, the single parent homes, the obstacles kids have to overcome, the confidence that they lack? Does that ever surprise you how much of that there is, where there's great potential that's unyielded, so to speak?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's kind of where, transforming some of these weight rooms for some of these schools, and what we're going to continue to do that because of my connection with ETS and what we're doing with that, and seeing how important it is for those kids to have those resources to not only become a better athlete, but to become a better person. So that's kind of where it stemmed from. We had a business kind of get together for our ETS brand and brought all the directors in, and they kind of shared a story. And their goal in sharing the story was not to show how much better they got as an athlete, because we know what we do there is going to make them a better athlete. But the message from them was supposed to be how they've changed someone's life outside of sport. And to hear some of those stories was unbelievable. I wish I could share every single one of them because it was extremely impactful. And just how it made them a better person at home. Parents saying, hey, I don't know what you guys are doing there, but Johnny is making his bed every morning and is way more respectful and is on time. And so those are the stories that have kind of made us or wanted us to kind of do that in some of these schools that don't have a weight room, don't have resources to be able to kind of have those facilities and be excited about playing sports. So it's kind of interesting how it all goes full circle and where it came from. But yeah, you kind of use life experience to see what does make impact. All righty, thanks guys.